YouTube, what is going on? Savage here. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down and analyzing and spectating a viewer submitted gameplay. Now, during this gameplay, we're going to be talking about all the mistakes that he's making as well, and specifically the enemies are making also. But before we get into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the wolf pack today, also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 1,500 likes. And as always, if you're looking for teammates to play with, make sure you join our Discord community and utilize the looking for groups pages to your advantage and get some wins. The link to that and my social medias will be in the description below, as well as the pinned comment. But I'm a firm believer at learning from your mistakes, which means learning from your L's. There's nothing wrong with taking L's. Everybody does it, but you have to learn how to take a lesson from that L and overcome it. You can't be afraid to get moving, get out there just because you're afraid to take the L. Embrace it and learn from it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, here we are spectating WRBK. He's been part of the wolf pack for a pretty long time. So brother, thank you for submitting the gameplay, man. Look forward to analyzing this. But guys, as you can see, he's going for objectives right off the rip. Now, I always recommend go for scavs just because it's the best way to get money, but sometimes you're gonna have to throw an audible. Sometimes you're gonna be going for a scav, another enemy picks it up, or you just don't want to, and that's fine. Bounties are a great objective to get right off the rip. All right, so right now, he's going for the bounty. Now again, bounties aren't a bad idea right off the rip because no one's really got their loadout right now, and because no one's really got their loadout, it should be pretty even fight. We actually got some pretty good weapons out of that crate and got a little MAC-10 that's pretty decked out. And as you can see, he's pulling up the big map to mark exactly where he's at. Now, when you're hunting bounties down, remember that live ping that's right here isn't always accurate. It usually takes about 10 seconds for it to update to a new location. So do not hyper focus exactly where that dot is, because again, the enemy could be somewhere else. Always be aware of your surroundings whenever you're hunting down bounties. I love the fact that he got a heartbeat. Heartbeats are great tools. Again, I personally don't run it, but it is a great tool if you utilize it correctly. And here we are trying to pick up a ping, trying to see exactly if there's anybody else here and or exactly where the enemy bounty is located at. Now, I'm not against getting on the roof right here for this, but I am against staying on it for too long. Because remember, we have our entire backside exposed to Superstore, our entire right side exposed to Airport, and our entire left side exposed to the pool house and also the apartment complex that's a little bit further to the east. Not that big of a deal, but I love to stay paranoid. I believe that paranoia brings a certain level of, what's the word? Focus. That's the word I'm looking for. I like to stay paranoid because it keeps me focused. Now, as far as the enemy's concerned, he had a bounty on him. He also had the bounty on us. I don't know why he really wasn't looking anywhere. It looked like he was just kind of looting like it was another day in paradise. He should have been looking up on top of here, or he should have vaulted up on top as well. He was by the two-story building back here. He probably should have gone in there to get eyes on the rooftops, but he didn't. Again, whenever you have a bounty on you, you want to go ahead and try to capitalize on the opportunity to get the kill on the guy who's hunting you down. It didn't really look like he was playing scared, but again, I don't really think he knew exactly what was going on. But we got enough money to get our loadout. Beautiful. We almost have enough money to go ahead and get a UAV also. Actually, with that, we should be able to now. Boom, there it is. Get a UAV up. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was close. All right, so we go buy a UAV, get it in the air, pick up the cluster strike, and start hunting down everybody else. Also, there's another bounty next to us as well that we could also go ahead and hunt down. The objective of money and when to buy things in my head, and again, personal preference, different game styles, different variants, do what you want. But in my head, I want to always get a UAV in the air, especially if I'm next to the buy station, because there could be more people here. Even though we have a bounty next to us, which we might pick up, there could be 3-4 people here, or the UAV can dictate us to another direction on the way to the bounty. What I mean by that is, let's say we want to go ahead and hunt this bounty down, right? This is what we want to do right now. Beautiful. I would already have a UAV in the air. That way, if there happens to be an enemy here, I can just bounce from this place and then go after the bounty. Just because you divert your attention from the bounty to someone else that's closer doesn't mean you're giving up on the bounty. Go ahead and fight whoever's closest, fight the easier fight, and then go ahead and hunt down the bounty afterwards. Marking rally point. But again, to each their own. Mark the buy station. All right, he went ahead and marked the buy station. Now we have a shit ton of money as well, $6,900. And this guy is moving quickly. He's probably in a vehicle if I had to guess. Mostly because who the hell would run out in the middle of the street without a vehicle? Yeah, he's definitely in a vehicle. So he's basically gone. He's basically gone. The chance of us getting to him is going to be slim to none. And also, you don't want to waste your time chasing someone who's running away because he's got a bounty. That kid knows you have a bounty on him. He knows that you're this direction, so he's going to drive as far across the map as he can so he doesn't have to die. All right, so we got the UAV, we got it in the air, we're holding on to the UAV, and we're gonna drop the cluster strike. That's fine. Just a tip though, I would definitely waste the cluster strike. That way no other asshole could pick it up and kill me with it. But you never know. In his head, he might have a plan to go here, kill this guy, and use the UAV again, and then go back there and pick it up. We'll see. Hey, someone killed the scared little bitch. I love it. I love it. All right, now again, guys, if you didn't know, the arrow above the dot means he's above you. The arrow below it means he's below you. And if there's no arrow anywhere around the dot, it does mean he's on the same level as you. It means he's the same altitude, right? So make sure you're utilizing that information to your advantage. I know that's pretty common sense, but again, a lot of players are new to this game and they're not aware of that. All right, so here we are now chasing down the enemy. He literally bailed out the moment we were on him. What are the odds of that? He ran to where we just came from. Oh, he's gonna go pick up a cluster strike, that little bitch. We gotta kill him before he gets it. He's gonna be sitting there like, oh my God, it's Christmas. All right, not a huge fan of the concussion, not a huge fan of the stun grenade. And the reason being is, even if we would have got the hit, what would that have done? Not really anything. You gotta remember, he doesn't really know we're after him right now. So the last thing I want you to do is reveal the fact that you're coming for his ass, right? Also, I would have saved the stun grenade. That way, that if you get in a fight like this and we did need the stun, we could utilize it and then stun him. Remember, you don't want to just start tossing stuns randomly that's a far distance away, because if you do get the hit, by the time we actually make it to the enemy, he's going to be unstunned and moving out, and then aware of the fact that we're chasing him down. Also, I want you to notice movement. We don't really talk about movement much because it is a practice thing. You can't just be taught how to move. This may seem kind of crazy to you guys, but you want to keep your body moving like this. You want to stay in the cracked out mindset. If you're just running straight or walking straight or crouch walking, you're hindering your own gameplay. You're not giving yourself the ability to become a better player. So I love to see the slide canceling. I love to see the YYing. I love to see just the cracked out, you know, mindset of playing the game. It also keeps you in tune, also keeps you aware, also keeps you awake. Because, you know, at times this game can get boring and this game can be slow. And if you're just sitting there kind of dozing off, it's going to be a lot harder for you. But here we have a guy on mini-map. We have a vehicle behind him as well. But of course, focus on the guy that's in this tent before we start popping shots at the vehicle. If we start popping shots at the vehicle right now, what's going to happen? This guy's going to come out the tent and shoot us in the back, right? And I know, Savage, we already know that. No, you don't. Okay, look, a lot of you do, but we spectate a lot of games. I'm giving tips from the shit that I see. I'm not just repeating the shit from my own health. I promise you, we see this crap all the time. So go ahead and focus on this guy in the tent. Of course, guys, if you're the enemy in here, don't do this. Don't do this. I don't know what it is with players just sitting in corners. Stop it. Get out of the fear mindset. Like I said in the intro, don't be afraid of taking L's. Taking L's is a part of life. If you're too afraid to do something, whether it's video games or life, take this lesson as you live. If you're too afraid to do something, your chance of success will be minimum. But here we are, slide counts on our ass in here and completely blowing him away. Notice how he didn't shoot us because his reaction time really wasn't there. And again, because he's so afraid of taking L's, he's not making progress and getting better at the game, and hence speeding up his reaction time. And then he just doesn't stand a chance when a player like this actually comes around and contests him. All right, we got a Ghost class loadout coming in. Also, I love the fact that using the GROZA. GROZA is an extremely underrated gun, and I guarantee you when the DMR gets nerfed, hopefully, again, when the DMR gets nerfed, that the GROZA will be the new meta, or part of the new meta. I think there's a handful of weapons that are gonna be meta weapons, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a change of pace, but the GROZA is a bomb. And he's using the Tundra as well. I love it. I love it. My man WRBK said, I'm not going with the meta, brother. I'm gonna be changing it up a bit, and I love it. All right, but here we are, $9,400, and we're still kind of looting. Again, I'm not against loot. If it's next to you, go ahead and open it. You might as well. No sense in passing the crate if it's right next to you, but don't go out of your way to loot. So again, nothing against WRBK. I would have done the same thing, but we do have a buy station. We do have a bounty. Go ahead and hunt the bounty down first, and then go to the buy station. Normally, I would want a UAV in the air at all times, like we said earlier, but because the buy station is so out of the way of us chasing the bounty down, maybe not. But I do love the fact you pulled up the mini map. Notice there was a buy station on the way to this asshole camp on the roof. Now we're gonna hit it up first. Beautiful, beautiful. So this guy's gonna be sitting on a rooftop. You know damn well, I'm talking about every video, when an enemy has a bounty on them, 9 times out of 10 they sit still and they camp. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, and that's why I'm here to spread the stop camping pussy awareness campaign, and hopefully everybody one day will stop camping. I've made it my job to hopefully teach players that there is another way to play the game besides sitting still in a building. All right, so as far as pushing buildings like this, I, for one, don't like pushing the same side the enemy's camped on. I like to push the opposite side. That way, if he's sitting up on top, watching the staircase, you're not an easy kill. If you come up the other one, it's a little bit more distance. You still don't really have the advantage, but it's a lot better. And most of the times, if you come up the other staircase and the other ladder, you'll be able to shoot the enemy in the head. He threw some C4. Look at this, bro. Scared out of his fucking mind. I was just about to say that. All right, so I love the fact that he threw a stun grenade, because what happens when you do that shit? The enemies panic. They get stunned, so they blow the C4 up, and now we have a beautiful window of opportunity to either A, stun this asshole again, or B, just go ahead and push in there and destroy this dude. Poor Abu Eliz is gonna get shit on. There's another stun, no hit, so I would assume. Dude, that stun grenade literally must have perfectly bounced off the wall and went in the bathroom, because he should have been stunned. But again, lack of reaction time. He was able to shoot us one bullet, sick, but because this player clearly does this all the time, his reaction time is not where it should be in a game like Warzone. It comes to battle royales, guys, stop being afraid to lose, stop being afraid to take L's. I'm gonna be saying that from now on. Get out there, get better, take risks, and if you die, play again. That's how you improve. Great shot with the sniper, brother. Oh, dude. Woo, brother, I would have. All right, I also love the fact that WRBK is literally in his map all the time, and he's got constant UAVs up, and he's always going for bounties. Now, right now is where you kind of want to figure out, who do I want to chase? He's went ahead and picked his target, and here we go. And he's got a lot of money too, brother. In this position, when you're sitting on this kind of cash, you want to go ahead and get an advanced UAV in the air. We don't really need anything else. We have everything we possibly need in the world. We have full plates. We have a gas mask. We have self-res. So you want to spend the money wisely, not to mention when we do buy an advanced UAV, which is exactly what he's doing, you're going to have even more money in your reserve. All right, perfect. He bought an advance, and then he went ahead and bought another UAV to keep it in his reserve. Now, let's look at the map. Where do you want to go? This right here, again, is personal preference. You want to utilize advanced UAVs to the maximum potential. In my eyes, when I see this, I want to go to the most clustered enemies, which is down here, right? There's no more bounty objectives near us. There's one in a building, but all right, we're gonna go for the guy in warehouse, and it's not a bad decision, honestly. Again, it's all preference. It's all based on what you want to fight. This will be an easier fight. It looks like this guy's going to a vehicle, so I'm not against it. But again, I would want to use the advanced UAVs to the maximum potential. But after this guy, we could rotate to this asshole too. Let's see what happens.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. Be advised.
All right, pop in our dead silence.
RTB for resupply.
And come up with the enemy. Now the enemy does have a vehicle in here, so he'll probably take it when he's ready to go. And that's kind of a sign that I would use to know that he's still in this warehouse. So because we knew he was here on UAV, we saw the vehicle here as well. The fact that UAV went away didn't really matter, because I was still looking at the vehicle to figure out where the enemy was at. If the enemy is finished looting this, most likely he would hop in this vehicle and drive away. So that was a great utilization of the mini map to know that he was in here, pop the dead silence, go in there and push him. All right, so we got the UAV in the air, and we're sitting here trying to gather a little bit more cash while we're on our way to the buy station to, again, buy UAV, call that one in there, and then buy another one. He might even try to get another advance in the air.
UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
He needs a couple more $100. It's not worth really wasting your time. If you happen to see the dollars, of course, go ahead and get it. But it looks like we'll be calling one in and then holding on to the other one as well.
UAV entering the AO.
All right, now remember, you want to utilize the information that we had in our head. Oh, there's a ping finally. We knew that there's 4, 5, 6, 20 guys down south. So if you wanted to rotate down to Superstore and train station, you can. But right now, I kind of like the fact that we're heading towards this guy. Why? Because I don't really want to leave this area until I find out where the next circle goes, which is in literally 6 seconds, right? So the last thing I want to do is rotate all the way down here and the circle jump all the way to the north. And then you got to throw a huge audible and get out of a bad position. Let's go ahead and hunt the guy that's close to us, clearly. Hopefully he's running to us. Awesome. Oh, he's in the air. Going to his loot. It's homeboy. Going back for his shit. Hopefully he meets the same fate he just met moments ago. He might hop in that vehicle, though. He's gonna be real upset we took a satchel. He's above us still. He might be on the warehouse. It said he was above us. Nope, now he's down below. He didn't even land on his shit. Okay, sick. There it is. All right, here we are now driving around trying to find out who the hell's shooting at us. There's a Big Bertha next to us, and there's also a sniper somewhere over in this area. I don't think I'm going to include that gameplay just because it was a lot of driving, but there was someone shooting at us, so we know there's a couple enemies. And also, if you look at the mini map, this guy just hopped out of the vehicle as well, so we could go there and chase them down. So I would definitely chase this guy down right now and forget about whoever's shooting at me in his camp spot, as well as the Big Bertha in general. Now, I don't know if he realized that there's a guy here. Again, I saw the vehicle pull up here and hop out on the mini map. I don't think he did, but he's going to go into a gatekeep position anyway. And as you guys can see, that's exactly what we're doing. I love the hill. I would probably sit in this spot, use the hill to my advantage. I'm not a huge fan of the bridge idea. And the reason I'm not a huge fan of the bridge idea is because of FU Mountain. If you guys know, dude, I do not like FU Mountain at all. And this is usually where a lot of people are gonna be rotating in from hospital, rotating in from train station, or even apartments. So the chance of getting headshotted here is drastic. Not to mention assholes that were behind us that were camped up a buy station to our right-hand side. They would have a nice clear view on us too. I would definitely either be playing the vehicle as cover and or that little bitty hill back there behind the vehicle. You got stuck by the train. Rip. Bro, rip, brother. Get him. Let's go. I love it. I love when people are able to snipe bitches out of vehicles. I love it. And here we got a dual Diamante guy trying to take our vehicle. Quick decision making, hopping in the vehicle, moving it, using it as cover, and then taking the beautiful GROZA and absolutely slapping the shit out of little Betsy Sue. Did you just hit him with a teabag, brother? I don't know if that was just a crouch, but if you hit him with a teabag, I love it. Damn it, you killed a Facebook kid. Damn it. Why you gotta bully my people, bro? Stop it. Stop bullying my dudes. All right, now we're sitting at 9 kills. And circle is gonna be a good circle. So this circle right here is gonna be good. It's gonna require strategy. It's gonna require reaction. It's gonna require attention. It's gonna require everything. So when it comes to circles like downtown or farm, it just requires who's in the better building and shit like that. This right here, again, is all about rotating, where to rotate, how to rotate early. People that are in stadium, TV station, and this building, any compounds down on the bottom of this mountain are the ones that need to start figuring out how they're going to rotate, because the moment that TV station wants to leave to go up to the high ground, they're going to get shot from the high ground. Same thing with this, same thing with this, same thing with this. This one's a little bit safer because of the trees and shit. If you guys are familiar with the terrain, this isn't that bad. But these compounds right here, definite no-nos. The moment you realize you got to rotate, you need to rotate out. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go in here and fight bitches. By all means, do it. But you definitely don't want to sit here and hold this position and wait for the next zone. All right, here we have another guy bunny hopping with a riot shield. Ew. There's 2 guys, actually. Nice little double kill. Shoot him. He got the knife kill. Go in there and get his ass, brother. Damn it. I hate it. Riot shield users, bro. God.
I'll take the wheel.
All right, so WRBK went ahead and said, you know what, dude? I don't like this spot. I don't like this position. I got a lot of money. I want to get some UAVs in the air. I want to get this bounty, and I want to get out of here. And he decided, he made the educated decision that he didn't want to try to contest the riot shield user in a close quarter situation. And honestly, that was a good decision. If you go in there and try to 1v1 someone with a riot shield who's camping in a room like that guy was, it's gonna be a very hard fight. It's either gonna be A, time consuming, or B, you're gonna die. All right, we went ahead and bailed away from the bounty. I definitely agree with bailing away from the bounty. Anything in stadium at this point, you know damn well there's gonna be people in stadium. That's just a given. People love camping stadium because they don't know any better. And if you go in there, you're not only putting yourself out of position, but you're running the risk of getting third-partied, fourth-partied, or even fifth-partied. So now we're going to be utilizing, oh, rip. So now we're going to be utilizing the UAV strat, and probably after this, bounties won't even matter. All right, so all we got to do right now is wait for him to get up. He's going to peek us again, and we just got to get a headshot. Pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. Now, I have not used the Tundra in Warzone yet, but the thing seems like an absolute beamer. All right, but now we're heading out. We're going to the buy station to get some stuff, and hopefully we'll work our way to the north side of the circle and fight everybody rotating in from quarry and or camping that little compound in the middle of the circle. All right, we got a UAV. I don't think he bought a reserve UAV though, did he? I'm not sure what he, no, he didn't. All right, now we got advanced UAV, and hopefully we'll take our Big Bertha and go to the high ground. That's what I'm hoping. See, I would rather be up in this area fighting these guys than down here, because again, this guy's camping on top of Blue Roof. That's going to be a time-consuming fight. This guy right here, actually, these 3 guys will be relatively easy kills. But again, I'd rather be up in this area sniping at them than drive head on, fight these guys, and then have anyone up here hearing me shoot, gatekeep me. So again, I would definitely focus on this area up here. Let's see what he does.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
And that looks exactly like what he's doing right now. And see, the reason why I love the fact he's in his map is he's sitting there analyzing. You see his thought process. You can see what he thought about doing at first and what he decided to do. And the reason why would be because it's the fight he'd rather take. And I 100% agree with him. 100%. There's two enemies here stacked on top of each other, so we should be able to get 2 easy kills. There's a guy on that rooftop right there shooting away, not even paying attention to us. Jump out the vehicle, get the easy GROZA kill. I don't know why he jumped down on us like he was Laura Croft from Tomb Raider, but that was not the play. I love the escape, dude. WRBK got shot, instantly hit the zigzag while popping the reload, using the precision strike to provide cover on top of himself, and either A, force the enemy up the stairs faster than the enemy would like, or B, down the enemy. All right, now that he's in a fight, go ahead and third party. I love it. The moment he heard gunshots, he goes out there and he instantly gets a little aggressive. Unfortunately, the gunshot stopped, so I like the fact that he kind of froze up a little bit just to find the enemy. Now we see him. We should be able to push in there and get the kill. The chance of the enemy peeking again because of how scared he is slim to none, so we're going to have to push in the building. I don't want you guys to be afraid to be aggressive and push just because you're afraid of going in buildings. Remember, people that are hiding in buildings are worse players than you guys are if you're out there running around. So don't be scared of them just because they're sitting in the building. All right, so we've got a UAV in the air again because we've been utilizing the UAV strat. We got a guy in the house and a guy in the tower. All right, the circle's small now. We have 7 enemies left. We know where 2 people are at. We need to be careful behind us, though. Behind us is definitely making me a little paranoid because, again, we saw in the UAV earlier that there were 3 people down in that direction. Now, granted, they probably have died off by now. Shit, he's on top. That's unfortunate. All right, so now we are in an unfortunate position. We can't really, I really wouldn't feel comfortable climbing up the staircase to push this guy. Well, because if he hears you, he's just going to shoot at you, right, as you're climbing up. Are there 2 people in that building? Where'd that shot come from? Where'd it come from? There it is. There it is. So we're going to have to slow play this. There's no way we're going to be able to push that building. We're going to have to sit here and wait for the enemy to mess up. And that's exactly what we're doing. There's a big Bertha coming to them, which hopefully they'll distract. So the moment that the enemy on the rooftop starts shooting is the moment that I would then throw the audible and start pushing that enemy that's camping on the roof like a baby back bitch. We have all the big Berthas here today, boys. The Big Bertha car show. But again, I want you to see how ooh, boom, baby! All right, but ladies and gentlemen, we're down to 5 enemies again. We have that guy in the tower. Now, the guy in the tower could have died from the guy we just killed. We don't know. The player count did drop right before we killed that asshole. But we are broke. We have no moolah, unfortunately. We have a guy on the mini-map shooting right now to the southwest, 195. So we know that there's 2 targets down there because the player count did not dive. So we can now account for 3 of the 5 enemies. Again, in my head, I'm still thinking that there's an enemy in tower. There she is. And they're running right at us. Now we have favor. They're going to have to put themselves in an awkward position in order to get this spot. And this is another reason why I said don't camp that 2-story building right there in the corner that we're looking at, is because when the circle does dive away from it, we put ourselves in an awkward spot to have to leave that building to get safe. So I love the fact that we're playing the tents and playing it slow. Again, we don't really have to push in. This guy's got to push out to us. So if we just hold this angle here, he's going to die. I love the fact that he registered that. No! Dude, the animation, brother. I love the fact that WRBK registered that in his head and threw the audible and just held that angle. Beautiful. Damn, bro. Damn. All right, but the circle's moving back to us, so we have favor. So what do you do right now? I'd play the backside of the tents. This is pretty ballsy, putting ourselves in a vulnerable position to get shit on by 3 people. Registering that in our head and working our way back to the circle. Now we want to go ahead and play this to the best of our ability. And again, there's 2 other enemies on the map, so we need to be aware of our right-hand side a little bit. That's exactly what he's doing. Notice how he's keeping his eye on everything. He's watching everything. He's not just sitting here. He's not just sitting here just scared shitless doing this number. He's snapping back and forth, keeping his eyes on every single entrance and exit of the circle. Now we are really in a favored spot. However, because we lack cover, we're in a very dangerous spot because people are going to be wanting to come to us. We're on the edge of the new zone. And I love the fact that we dove back to cover. No! Not like this, brother. Not like this. So we had a guy to our east-hand side, not going for the execution. I love the fact you got up and instantly dove over and popped some plates. He's going to be pushing you for sure. Yo, working the cover like it's your little bitch. I love it. Dude, he messed up on that one. He should have got the kill. All right, unfortunately, we're going to have to go ahead and utilize this gas mask and waste it, because if he would have vaulted over and run back into the zone, he would have been dead for sure, because the guy that shot him first was over here, so he knows we're here. It's a 1v1 situation. So do you want to just go ahead and save your gas mask and get back to the safe zone, or do you want to dive further into gas, restock up on some armor, some plates, allow your gas mask to get wasted, and then come in from a different angle and kill the enemy? Well, I think the decision is pretty obvious, and that's exactly what WRBK did. All right, we have the GROZA. That's the gun I would definitely stick with because of how small the circle is. Sniping with it wouldn't be a very comfortable thing. I think I just saw the movement as well behind the fence. There's the enemy pushing at us. Utilize the vehicle as cover. It's actually a pretty decent fight. Let's see how he plays this. Never mind. He left cover completely and just allowed us to shit down his throat. WRBK, thank you again for submitting the gameplay, my dude. I really enjoyed analyzing that. The gameplay was pretty solid, and it shows you guys exactly what you need to be doing in a solos match in order to go for a kill after kill after kill after kill. But again, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up on it, subscribe to the channel, and as always, follow me on my social medias that are all listed in the description below. But until next time, you have a good one. Good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out one of these two bangers right here. And as always, subscribe by clicking that beautiful icon right over my left-hand shoulder. But until next time, you have a good one. Keep on improving.